Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging deep into Google's 2025 Cybersecurity Forecast, breaking down frontline intelligence to give you a clear picture of what the digital battlefield is going to look like next year. So let's just jump right in with the big question. It's the one that's on the mind of every security team, every executive, and every government out there. What is this new battlefield actually going to look like? And look, everything we're about to cover comes straight from the experts on the front lines. We're talking Google's teams at Mandiant and VirusTotal. And they make a really important point right up front. This isn't about gazing into a crystal ball. They're not making wild predictions. This is a forecast. And it's based on very real trends they're already seeing out in the wild right now. Okay, so first up, and this is the big one. The most powerful force changing everything is, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. It's a true double-edged sword, a powerful new weapon for both the good guys and the bad guys. This is really the new arms race, you know? On one side, attackers are using AI to pump out incredibly convincing phishing emails by the thousands, creating deep fakes to steal identities, and even hunting for new software bugs to exploit. But on the other side, defenders are fighting back with their own AI, automating tedious reports, instantly searching through mountains of threat data, and getting real-time help during an active attack. AI is a massive force multiplier, no matter which side you're on. So where are we on this journey? Well, we're not talking Skynet just yet. As Google Cloud's Sunil Pati puts it, we're really in an in-between phase. Step one was getting AI tools into the hands of security pros to help them out. The next step, where we are now, is moving towards semi-autonomous operations. That's where AI does all the heavy lifting, letting the human experts focus only on the biggest, most critical threats. Okay, so we know AI is the powerful new weapon, but who exactly is wielding it? Well, the forecast zeroes in on 4 major state-sponsored players, and each one has its own very distinct game plan. And what's really fascinating here is that you can draw a direct line from a country's national goals to its cyber tactics. Russia's activities, they're tightly linked to the conflict in Ukraine, focusing on spying and information operations. China is playing the long game, aiming for dominance through super stealthy attacks. Iran uses its cyber muscle for regional influence, while North Korea, driven by economic need, has become the king of crypto heists. The takeaway is simple. National strategy creates the cyber playbook. And this is a really crucial point. Our adversaries are getting so much better at hiding where we least expect them to be. Take China Nexus groups, for example. They're targeting the very fabric of our networks, the firewalls, the routers. They're doing it by using 0 days, which are basically software flaws that nobody else knows about yet. They can then hide their tracks for years, staying deep inside a network, totally undetected. All right, let's pivot from these huge state-level conflicts to the threat that hits a lot closer to home for businesses, for hospitals, for schools, pretty much everyone. We're talking about the global ransomware crisis. And make no mistake, this is not a niche problem. It is a full-blown global crisis. It's hitting every single industry you can think of, in over 100 countries. And we're not just talking about data being stolen. This has devastating real-world consequences, like shutting down patient care in a hospital or grinding a factory floor to a halt. So, how do these attackers even get in? Well, a lot of the time, it starts with something called an info stealer. It's this nasty piece of malware that gets on a device and just quietly scrapes up all the saved usernames and passwords it can find. And those stolen credentials? They're the key. They're what opens the front door to a company's entire network. And that's the first step toward a massive ransomware attack. And if you're hoping this is all just going to blow over, well, the experts have some pretty blunt news. Charles Carmichael, who's the CTO at Mandiant, puts it plainly. Ransomware and these complex extortion schemes are absolutely going to continue in 2025. In fact, they'll probably get worse. This problem isn't going away. It's growing. Okay, so the threats are faster. They're smarter. They're everywhere. What in the world do we do about it? How do we even begin to fight back? Let's talk about the future front line of defense. This right here might be the most sobering stat in the whole forecast. Just let this sink in for a second. A couple of years ago, when a new vulnerability was announced, security teams had about a month, 32 days to fix it before attackers started using it. By 2023, that window had shrunk to just 5 days. 5. The time we have to react and defend ourselves has practically vanished. And as if that shrinking timeline wasn't bad enough, at the exact same time, the attack surface is just exploding. In 2023, attackers went after software and hardware from 56 different vendors. That's more than double the number from just 5 years ago. They are diversifying their targets like never before. So how do we fight back? The whole strategy has to shift. It means we need smarter, automated security tools that can keep up in real time. It means we have to double down on identity with strong multi-factor authentication that's actually resistant to phishing. And it means we have to start looking to the future, thinking about things like post-quantum cryptography, which is encryption built to withstand attacks from computers that don't even exist yet. Which brings us to the final and, let's be honest, the most crucial question of all. The threats are evolving at a dizzying pace. Are we? And here we are, full circle, right back to AI. According to Phil Venables, the CISO of Google Cloud, 2025 is the year AI stops being a cool prototype in a lab and becomes a weapon deployed at a massive scale by both attackers and defenders. So that leaves us with the ultimate cliffhanger for 2025. The pace of threats is accelerating like crazy. The battlefield is constantly shifting under our feet. Are our defenses evolving fast enough to keep up? Can innovation on the defense side outrun innovation on the attack side? That's the question that every leader needs to be asking themselves right now.